Table of Entrepreneurs. And listen, I want to touch bases with y'all on something a little bit different today. A lot of you guys are interested in starting your own business. And in business, obviously, there are some things that come along with that as far as sales, right? In order for you to make money, depending on what type of business you have, you either have to market, advertise it, do some sales. So today we're going to focus solely on sales. A lot of times people ask me, when it comes to sales, what's the best sales techniques to use? What's the best method to take when it comes to sales? And my strategy on sales may be a little bit different than what you guys are used to hearing, or maybe what you've been taught. I firmly believe that when it comes to sales, you don't have to sell anybody anything, right? I've come across a lot of salesmen throughout my life and interacted literally with some of the greatest ones that I could think of. And unilaterally, a lot of people would tell you that you have to convince the person that they need to buy the item. And I would like to argue that throughout my experience, I found it to be a little bit different. Excuse me. When a person wants something, this is my personal belief, right? This is how I go about sales on anything that I'm selling. And I've had tremendous success. My personal belief is that if a person wants something, you have to be willing to listen to what it is that they're asking for and then provide the service to what they're asking for, period. If you can get that in under wraps, you can master sales. So what I mean by that is if a person wants a Honda Civic, right? They want leather seats, they want automatic start, remote start, they want sunroof. What sense does it make for me to take them to, an Audi, right? Something that may be out of their price range and try to convince them that that's a car they need to get into? Or what sense does it make for me to take them to, a Toyota Prius, right? And try to convince them that they need to get into that car, right? It's not what they're looking for. It doesn't have the sunroof, doesn't have leather seats, doesn't have remote start. So why am I trying to convince them to get something that they're honestly not interested in? A lot of times what you'll see is people come to you when they're interested in buying something for the purpose that there is already an interest there. So what that means is you don't really have to convince them, right? A lot of times all you have to do is meet them at the point in which they're at. So if a person is coming to your dealership and they're like, hey, I'm looking to buy a car, or I'm just looking, I'm not really interested in buying. Most times people don't just go out to certain places like dealerships or to the mall or something like that unless they want to spend money. Not necessarily that they have the intent to spend money, but maybe they want to. Now all you have to do is present yourself, right? Number one rule I tell people when it comes to sales, sell yourself before the product. Don't try to convince somebody to buy the thing that you're selling or that you're trying to, get rid of or get out. Try to convince people to buy into you. When people buy into you, they'll trust you. When people trust you, then they'll do business with you. So a lot of times when it comes to sales, I want to challenge you guys, take some time, right? Go back and reevaluate on some of the, sales things that you've been doing, some of the successes that you had, some of the non-so successes that you had, and kind of see where you stand on that, right? What techniques were you using? What methods were you applying when you were trying to sell someone something? And I challenge you, right? Take my method. So for example, you come to me, hey Cornelius, I'm interested in XYZ. All right, bet. What is it exactly that you're looking for? Boom, I asked a question, right? Because now I want to get a thorough understanding of what it is that you're trying to buy. And I'm going to take a second and I'm going to listen. I'm not going to listen to have a response. I'm not going to listen with something already in my mind that I want to give you. I'm solely listening based off of the fact of everything that you're telling me, and I want to absorb all of that. Once I gain all the information that you give me, I'm going to regurgitate that information back to you to show you that I was listening, right? And the product that I'm going to provide you is going to be along the lines of something that you were asking for. Now, if I can't meet every tier that you asked for, I'm going to try to meet as many as possible, but still staying on track with what you wanted. So again, I appreciate you guys for coming over here to the Table of Entrepreneurs. Today we talked about sales. We're going to kind of dive into that a little bit more. If you guys got any of the videos or any things that you want to see, man, please go ahead and drop those comments down below. If you guys are interested in investing, as always, go ahead and look in the description below for a link to Webull. Get yourself some free stock. I'll get a free stock. It's a win-win for everybody. And then also, if you want to see like more day-to-day activity, not so much like these short clips on YouTube, then I challenge you to go down in the description below, man. I got my Snapchat, 2 Entrepreneurs is the name. Also, obviously for Table of Entrepreneurs, man, you guys can kind of see how I conduct things and get a little bit more like knowing the man behind the camera and how I live my life. Also touching bases on a bunch of things with business. All right, I appreciate you guys, and until next time.